Hi everyone, Az here from HeelvsBabyface on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's just gone really overcast actually, I think it might rain. Here in the UK, and I gotta just say this straight away, this is a complete self-indulgent video. I don't care if anyone watches it or not. If he gets 5 views, so be it. Hopefully 6, maybe 7 of 9. But I've just got to talk about this PICARD trailer that dropped yesterday because it legitimately melted my heart. But I'll just get straight into the but. But it's Alex Kurtzman, and Alex Kurtzman is still heavily involved. The rumor was that Kurtzman has actually been fired because they cobbled together a first episode for test screenings, and apparently it tested really poorly. Really poorly. And the general consensus was, if you like Star Trek, you're probably not going to like it. If you like Kurtzman's take on Star Trek, you're probably going to like it. Now, I don't like Kurtzman's take on Star Trek. I wasn't a huge fan of the reboot film, 2009. Star Trek Into Darkness was horrendous. Star Trek Beyond was easily the best. And it's the one that performed the least well. And Discovery is just pathetic. It's just a pathetic show. Utterly pathetic. So I am concerned, but, you know, do we just have a very cleverly cobbled together trailer to give true Star Trek fans what they want? And actually, it's going to play out completely differently. I hope not. I really hope not. Because this trailer really got me in the feels. So let's just go into it. I don't know how long the video is going to go on for. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, who knows? Just stick around for as long as you want and subscribe. I didn't think I was going to do it. Okay, so it starts off at Picard's vineyard. And look at that. Oh my God. I would love to have a house like that. That is just beautiful. Casa de Picard. So he's just woken up. You can see his bed's unmade. Opens up the bay doors. Sun comes streaming in. Beautiful shot. You know, he's got a beautiful home in a beautiful part of the world, but he doesn't feel like he belongs. There's like a voiceover saying, do you ever feel as if you're, you know, you've been different people, or you're not the person you were? And it's like, many times. And he opens up this little tin, and inside of it is his communicator badge. The older version of the communicator badge. When I say the older, I mean the later, the more modern. Because in the next gen, this actually had an oval. There's actually an oval piece behind the insignia. So that was from the later point. But, you know, nice little harken back. More kind of pensiveness from Picard. And then we have this very interesting scene here. Now, Picard is saying on the voiceover that 20 years ago, nearly 20 years ago, Commander Data sacrificed himself to save Picard, which he did. At the end of Nemesis, Picard had just defeated Picard, Shinzon, clone Picard, and he was just in complete shock. You know, he'd essentially done himself in, and Data came in, tagged him with a device. They transported him back onto the Enterprise. Data then turned his phaser onto the warp core, destroyed the scimitar. Was it the scimitar or the scimitar? The scimitar, I think it was, the ship, Shinzon's ship. And it blowed up, and Data went RIP. But I don't think this is Data's body, because Data would have been vaporized. His body would have been vaporized to have been destroyed so close to the warp core. I think this is B4. Now, B4 was Shinzon's, clone Picard's, version of Data. That's what he called it, B4, because it was the first one that was made. And he was very slow. He had been programmed essentially for sabotage, but he was very slow, and he didn't have the the brain capacity of Data and all this kind of stuff. But there was a part in Nemesis where Data did a neural link, I believe, with B4, and they did a transfer. And I think that Data put himself into B4, because at the end of the episode, at the end of the film, Picard's trying to talk to B4 about Data, and he's just not getting it. And he gets up to go, and as he's leaving, B4 starts to sing a song that Data sang at the beginning of the film at Troy and Riker's wedding, which made you think, oh, is there a chance that Data's personality will essentially consume B4's, and Data will be reborn again inside of B4's body? Which, of course, would only have his memories up until the Data transfer, but still, what's he really missing out on? Getting blowed up. But that's what we thought. But it doesn't look like that's come to pass in this timeline anyway. I don't know exactly which timeline this goes down. I'm so confused with timelines now. So I think this is B4 that's been, deactivated and taken apart. But it's a good way to reminisce about Data. We get that shot that we saw from the teaser trailer of the little machines watering the vineyards. And Picard here is saying that although he retired and although he went back to the vineyard, it's never felt like home. And we see this little shot of him here. It's nighttime. You can tell it's nighttime by the lighting. And he's actually wearing his communicator. He's put it on. Now, he could be maybe putting it on because he's going back to Starfleet. I think he's just reliving some old days, old memories. I think he's just putting on the communicator, looking up at the stars, and thinking of that being his true home, being up there in the great vast universe, on the Enterprise, going through all those incredible adventures that we had. Very touching, if you think about it. Very touching indeed. Then we have this part where this young girl is walking in the rain, and then she meets up with Picard, and she's just like, do you know who I am? She's clearly been in a scuffle. She says, because I feel that I'm safe when I'm with you. Now, we find out very quickly that she's somehow Borg related. Why does she feel safe with Picard? Picard was assimilated by the Borg, and was converted into Locutus of Borg. So maybe there are those elements that are making her feel that she can trust, because they managed to save Picard from the Borg, etc. But Picard then decides to go to Starfleet. Now, I think this is Starfleet Academy. Because I think these are cadets. If you look at the outfit, this is very similar to the transitional outfit. When I say the transitional outfit, the horrible outfit from DS9 for a few seasons and Voyager. Hated this outfit. Where you had the colour at the top and then just all black. I didn't like this. I much preferred the much more colourful version in the Next Generation. It was great. A good bit of colour on it. Black trim, black down below. Ladies. It was awesome. But I think these are cadets. If you look at the badges that they're wearing, they don't look like the Starfleet. This could be the latest communicator, for all I know. But I don't know. I just got this feeling this is the Academy as opposed to Starfleet headquarters. Maybe he's got a friend here that he can talk to about the young lass. So this is the admiral that he's speaking to, and he says, "Hey, there's a lass here, and if she is who I think she is, then she is in serious trouble." And we see this little clip of her getting shot at by some masked, helmeted really, guards. One's already been taken out here, and she's fighting two more. She's kicking ass. Nothing wrong with that. I don't expect an 80-year-old Picard to kick ass. Anyway, I don't like Picard kicking ass at all. I like Picard as the cerebral brain that he truly is. No Professor X reference there. I like him as the brains, the thinker, the person who likes to, think first before acting, He's not he's not a warmonger. He's not a violent person. Far from it. But we've got these funky helmets on. I mean, are they human? Are they a different race? Are they something else completely? Are they Starfleet security? You just don't know. But when she kicks one of them over the edge, something interesting happens. Vanish. Zoink. Now that looks like a teleportation. But is it something else? Did he get wiped from existence? I don't know. Whatever it may be. Could just be a teleportation. And he's like, oh, she's in serious danger. I look really old. So we have this shot. Are these... I don't know. Are these Vulcan shit? That looks like Vulcan. But they kind of have a bird of prey, a Klingon-y bird of prey vibe about them. So I don't know. And I don't think they look like birds of prey. Are the birds of prey the Romulan one? I don't think they look like Romulan ones. But I think that looks like Vulcan. That kind of looks like Vulcan to me. So we got this guy here. Now, from what I can understand, I think they're taking devices off him. You remember Hugh, the Borg Hugh, who was liberated from the Collective and made a couple of appearances later on. I think Hugh is going to be in this as well. Now, I don't know if it's going to be for one episode or for a longer stay or what, but I think Hugh is actually going to be in this series too. So I think it's got some really interesting ideas, conceptually at least. And then we have the Captain Picard Day. Now, this is a callback to Pegasus. Boom. The Pegasus episode, which had Captain Picard Day. Captain Picard hated this. Hated Captain Picard Day because he wasn't great with children. And this will be a time for kids to do, make craft or cards or stuff for Picard and celebrate him being the captain and whatnot. So a bit of a callback there. Pegasus, by the way, is a great episode. That was the episode where Riker was actually involved in a test where somebody had actually taken some cloaking tech, but it wasn't just cloaking tech, it was also phasing tech as well. So you could cloak and move through things, which was banned by the Khitomer Accord. Khitomer Accord. If there are any Trekkies out there, the ones that know all this stuff, if I'm getting this right, can you please tell me? I want to get some ticks. Not blue check marks, but ticks, please. I'd love it if I got some stuff right. So that's a bit of a nice callback. But this looks like some sort of detention centre. But what's more worrying, look at this. This facility has gone 5,843 days without an assimilation. So this is clearly Borg related. Are these... And look at these. These look like Borg maturation chambers. Oh, man, if I'm getting my terminologies right, I'm going to be so happy. Somebody's going to go in the comments as, no, you got nothing right. Nothing. Nice try. Nice try. Nothing right. But they do. They look like maturation chambers, don't they? And then down below, there's the girly. So are these liberated Borg? Are these people who have been liberated from the Borg Collective, had their pieces removed, a la 7 of 9, but obviously you still have the nanomachines in you. Technically, you could relapse, I suppose. And then she's like, you may have forgotten who you are, but we haven't. She's very, very strict. And I think these are all Vulcans, by the way. Not Romulans, because they don't have the head ridge and the colour of the skin is more natural to humans. Romulans tend to have a yellowish goldish skin tone. And then we have this shot. I know this is just such a non-shot, but I love this, right? because so much of The Next Generation, when they went on away missions, was filmed in the Californian wilderness. And this to me is just like such a callback to those episodes where they used to just film out in the Californian wilderness. So this just filled my heart with joy. Just filled my heart with joy when I saw that. And then he's back at the academy there. We see some of the crew from whatever ship he's going to go on. That's Alison Brie from Newsroom. That's Alison Brie. And then he's, this lass has got a gun. I got a gun. I'm looking badass. Well, kind of. Sort of, kind of. Another Vulcan. Very kind of spiritual one as well. And I like this. I really like this. I love the way that races would, you know, they would have certain culturalisms that they would do with each other when they met and all this kind of stuff. And I just love this kind of aspect of Star Trek, of the, you know, the future where we do become better. You know, we don't become the assimilated militant left that we have today. You know, this is the hilarity of the Borg. The Borg are essentially the militant left that we have today. One thing, resistance is futile. Anything that you say against us, you know, all this kind of stuff. How ironic. You are the bad guys. You always were. Then we see again Picard, the young Vulcan guy, and Alison Brie walking through the ship. This is the ship. It's got a very open plan. So I think this is like a small transport vessel or something like that. Another Vulcan. Another Vulcan. They seem to have a lot more emotion. Some of them seem to have a bit more emotion than before. This seems to be the captain of this vessel. There's that Vulcan chap again. So you see the open plan, because this is the bridge here, but you see the open nature of this, whatever it is, and there's a down below. So it could be some sort of cargo vessel. Maybe they're going somewhere, smuggling something, taking something. Maybe it's the only ship he could get his hands on. Who knows? But Picard is there, the journey. And then, again, this is a lovely little nod to just, you know, the... kind of remind me of Insurrection, really. The town and Insurrection. So I just think these are lovely little away mission nods. A little walk down a corridor with somebody. Don't know who she is. I think I know what this is leading up to, but I'll talk about that at the end. Then there's another Vulcan guy who's just like, I don't think she knows who she truly is or his true power. She's got a bit of a British accent on him as well. You know, he's right, a bit of a Vulcan, right? But I don't know if she knows who she pattern is. You know what I mean? And he's talking to her about that. I like this cast. This cast looked good. I like it. I like it. This is all getting me worried because of Alex Kurtzman. I think he's just been transported onto the ship. I think that's all this is. I think he's just been teleported onto the ship. And then there's another Vulcan who's screaming. I think he's Vulcan, not Romulan. I can't see ridges. So I can't see him being Romulan because I can't see ridges. And again, his skin colour tends to be more normal. But he's like saying, she's going to kill us all. She's the destroyer of everything. That girl. And then we see the girl. She's, I don't know, 18, maybe. And then, boom! Borg cube. Borg cube, which looks like, these lasers here, that it's being repaired. Where this is, don't know. Are they in it? Don't know. We'll get to that in a moment. So we see the Borg cube. We get another bit of... Then we get this. Picard's pouring himself a swift one. Let's hope that the sun's over the yardarm, Picard. You cheeky sausage. He might be just getting up and being on the sauce all day. And it's like, Picard, what the hell are you doing here? And we see the back of somebody's head. Lovely, beautiful blonde locks. Who is it? Oh my God. 20 years plus since last saw Jerry Ryan. Nah, 18. She just looks beautiful. Oh, Jerry, you are as stunning as the day I fell in love with you as a young man drooling over 7 of 9. But 7 of 9 is back and looks like a series regular in the show. And displaying a lot more normal human characteristics. You know, in the 18 years or so that she's been back on Earth, she's she's adapted a lot more. She's become human again. She's no longer this sort of aloof wench. So great to see Jerry Ryan. And yes, Jerry, you look great. Oh, yes. So here we go. Look, I think this is possibly in the Borg cube. I think this is in the Borg cube. And they are trying to get out of it. Then here, are they Romulan? It's so difficult to tell. Are they Romulan ridges? I'm really having trouble between my Romulan and Vulcan right now, people. Is that a Romulan ridge? Are these Romulans? Maybe. There's probably some that are Romulan and some that are Vulcan. But, you know, the skin should be different and the ridges should be much more pronounced. But, come on. Never mind. So, Picard's being hustled. Be gentle with him. He's 80 years old. Then there. I think that's Hugh. I think that is Hugh. We know that Hugh's going to be in the show. Did they go and liberate Hugh? Did they go to that Borg cube and liberate Hugh? For some reason. Don't know what. But Hugh is going to be on the show. So there's lots of interesting things. We see them. That's the lass. And I think that's the Vulcan guy. The British Vulcan guy. And they're trying to escape somewhere. Picard getting a pew-pew out. And that's his home as well. A pew-pew at his home. A little bit of her again. Then he goes, engage! Because, you know, callback. Which is all good. And then we get Star Trek Picard. Now, even trying to talk about the next bit, get me choked up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play the last bit. Because when I saw this, I was just like, oh. So let's just play that. Let's just play that for you.
I don't want the game to end.
I can see that, Captain.
Data. Oh, let's shift me across, shall we? Looking great. I mean, the makeup job that they've done is superb. You know, a bit of CGI maybe, but the makeup job has been fantastic. What is this? I don't know. Is this a dream? Because I don't think Data's going to be a series regular. Maybe, you know, appears in an episode here or there. Just speculation. But, you know, is it a dream sequence? Did Picard go to some sort of holodeck? Is this B4 that has been reactivated and maybe more of Data is beginning to assert itself on B4 and it's kind of a confused entity at the moment? I don't know. But it was just my heart when I saw Brent Spiner as Data. Picard and Data together. Melted me. Absolutely melted me. I've gone on for a long time. 24 minutes. Whoopsies. So, yeah, the trailer worked for me massively. Really worked for me massively. I'm very interested in this show, but I'm so concerned because of the Kurtzman effect. Which is sad, which is really sad, because otherwise I'd be really OTT excited for this right now. But please, time will tell. Early next year, you know, let's just say a year or so away. If Kurtzman has been removed, maybe they're doing a ton of reshoots, maybe they're redoing the whole thing. Who knows? But to know that Jerry Ryan is 7 of 9 and Brent Spiner in some capacity, don't know exactly what, but in some capacity is going to be back as B4 data, is just wonderful. Is just wonderful. So, yeah, self-indulgent video, don't care. But I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.